what kind of got you going in the third?
Just got some clean looks, and then understood what they were trying to do defensively, and taking advantage of switches. And then we played great defense for most of that quarter, which gave us some transition opportunities too, and I was able to run. Beat the defense where they get set up, so that usually plays into our hands. Thankfully, shots went in and gave us a lot of momentum, and that group that started the fourth did a great job to capitalize and hold them to 18 in the fourth. No matter how many points you score, you're going to win a lot of games that way.
This is the third time in the past couple of weeks that Draymond has either gotten ejected or kind of left a game early, and you guys played really well after each three. How do you kind of square that?
We won the game. That's all we care about. That's all he cares about. I know he'd rather be out there. I don't know what he said to the ref, but I didn't think it was, or the consensus in the locker room was it wasn't enough to get thrown out.
Without Draymond, what were some of the adjustments you guys made at halftime to sort of mitigate his loss?
I just ran a lot of pick and roll, kept it pretty simple. Like I said, I understood what they were trying to do defensively, whether it was a contained blitz or they were just going to switch and put the big on me. And you're able to kind of have a predictable offense that way. It was less chaos, off-ball action with me, so necessary adjustment with him out.
Steph, we know what Melton can do defensively, but how nice was it to see his three-point shot going early as well?
We know he can shoot, and there's no worry about that. You realize how much time he's had off in his injury, so it's a matter of time for him to get his rhythm. And the one thing about him, he's gonna keep shooting. That's the best part of a guy that understands who he is, what he can do, and don't let misses, linger in your head. You just keep shooting.
Personally, do you like the look-away three or the logo three more?
They're both great. They're both great.
Steph, you and your dad passed the Shazes officially tonight for most games.
Who?
The Shazes, Dolph and Danny.
Oh, yeah. I heard what you said. Just keep going.
What does that one mean to you out of the things that you've accomplished already?
One, I'm mad at Raymond. He didn't tell me that when I left the court, so I could be prepared for that answer because I didn't know that was a thing. But it's cool, just longevity and the family business being in this game. Yeah, my brother's points, it's even better. So pretty special for the Curry family as a whole, knowing that he played for 16 years. I'm in my 17th year, still trying to do it. And, yeah, dream come true, to be honest.
Next game, you'll be 2 games ahead of.
There we go.
So in that third quarter, after 17 years in the league, does that count for you as a dunk at this stage in your career?
I was joking with the whole bench because last year in Philly, I said that was my last dunk. And then I surprised myself when I got in the air that I was high enough. And then I made my mind up at the end I was going to try to turn it over. So I'm going to count it just because who knows how many chances I get. But I have to ask the locker room if they agree with me or not.
Steve was, pretty upset with a few of the turnovers tonight. It's not like it was some crazy turnover night, but that aspect of the game seems to be wearing on him a little bit. How much do you just view that as like kind of the biggest problem that you guys continually need to solve?
It's been a talking point for a decade. The way that we play, we know that there's going to be turnovers because we like to pass the ball. We, have a lot of organized chaos with off-ball movement and all that type of stuff. It is just the type of turnovers you're going to have some. You never want anybody out there second-guessing or playing passive or, timid to make a play. But it's the ones that are kind of mindless or just lead to, easy, uncontested points on the other end that kill momentum. And no matter how great a defense you play, if you do that 3, 4, 5 times, it's hard to overcome. So we had maybe 3 or 4 of those where there's no resistance from the defense. We're just turning the ball over. Those are the ones that are always going to get him red in the face. But overall, I think we've been doing a lot better the last couple of weeks, even if the numbers are still relatively the same.
You guys are 6-2 in the last 8. Does it feel like you're generating momentum?
Yeah, obviously last night was rough. The Toronto game was rough, but you do have to remember, where we were a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and what's ahead in terms of opportunity to put string wins together. But I think our morale is pretty high, and we're playing hard and competing. But we'll see what happens after this game in LA and this homestand we have.
Steph, here on your right, year 17, you played nearly every second of that third quarter, and you had 20. You got the vibes going. But are you running on fumes at that point? How do you feel after a quarter like that, where you play basically the whole way? And do you like Steve letting you play basically the whole quarter?
Yeah, it was a great feel tonight. Sometimes, he has to make a decision, looking at time and score, looking at rotations and Draymond out and all that type of thing. But it's really all mental. Pretty resilient, able to adjust to how the game is going. Even though you're giving everything you got, you can still pace yourself, recover during timeouts, all that type of stuff. So I never really worry about it too much. I do love to keep going if I got a hot hand. That's what every player wants, especially if you got a rhythm like that. So then managing the game in the fourth quarter, knowing that they were going to try to take me out of it, but just playing under control, finish the game, and I knew I did enough in the third to get us to the win.